The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
Yes, so it's the bill we've been waiting for, or not, depends on who you ask, I guess. But we finally have a sweeping bipartisan crypto bill introduced in the United States. Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis and Democrat Senator Kirsten Gillibrand introduced the bill on Tuesday. While most crypto bills introduced so far try to tackle things piecewise, this one is wide-ranging, covering everything from stablecoins to taxes to which agencies will hold supervision powers. A key aspect of the bill is how it actually defines crypto. It makes it quite clear that a digital asset would be considered a security if holders can enjoy the same benefits as corporate shareholders do, like earn dividends and have liquidation rights. So under the bill, a lot of crypto could fall under the jurisdiction of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or the CFTC, and not the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, which we've been seeing a lot of, regulatory action coming from. So their bill also proposes making transactions less than $200 tax-free, which could mean freeing up crypto to act more like a currency. So the bill has been maybe like months in the making, and although it's been behind a few bills already introduced, as the article points out, Lummis is on the Senate Banking Committee that oversees the SEC, and Gillibrand is on the Agriculture Committee that watches the CFTC, so they might actually be well placed to move this forward. Zach, I'm going to throw this to you first on your thoughts.
There's a lot to unpack here, and I think it has a bit of everything for everyone, right? And I think the notable thing here is this is a bipartisan team. This is Lummis and Gillibrand, and they're saying, okay, let's get the ball rolling on this stuff. I think the article written by Disney Hamilton very capably sort of lays out that, hey, this is the beginning of what's likely to be a long-running process. This is not going to be law overnight, but it does suggest that people in the offices of very prominent lawmakers in DC are thinking through this stuff pretty sophisticatedly. There's a lot of nuance in this stuff. Some good, some bad, depending on where you fall on sort of the crypto self-sovereign finance spectrum. But there's a lot of material in this, and I think it's going to be really interesting to see what ultimately garners support and what ultimately gets excised from the record. So this is the early innings of what's likely to be another long year, maybe two, of sort of regulatory sausage making in the halls of power. And I'm really curious to see if anything material emerges from these proposals, right? We've seen similar proposals before. Nothing really seems to establish itself with a degree of clarity that industry advocates are pushing for. So if this is the one that gets it over the finish line, more power to them. If not, we'll probably see another effort similarly to shape how crypto should be regulated going forward and by whom. So that's the interesting stuff to me, but I'm going to throw it straight to George.
Yeah. So two things I love here and one thing I like. First thing I love, our woman powerhouse, Lummis like hummus, is awesome. She's crushing it. I love the title of this thing, right? Responsible Financial Innovation Act, right? Perfect, right? It sounds nice even for people who don't care about crypto. It's great. The thing I like, and this is something I've co-opted from the people I've talked to on Twitter and various places here in Austin, this puts regulation of digital asset spot markets, including exchanges, into the hands of the CFTC, like Sandali said, right? Maybe it won't pass this year, but it's a decent starting point and it will get commented on extensively by many, many people. And the positive part of the news to me is that it's not like the infrastructure bill, which started so far afield and had to just be clawed back point by point by point, just by our friendly lobbyists on the Hill and on Twitter. And I think that's a positive thing. I don't know, Sandali, what do you think?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think this is probably the closest thing we've seen come out of the US that resembles, at least in principle, what the EU is trying to do with its markets and crypto assets legislation. So this can help unify and kind of simplify regulation at the federal level. Whether it gets there is a whole different question. But that also means it's crucial that they get this right. We saw how in the EU Parliament, they almost went ahead with a proposal to effectively ban Bitcoin in the bloc earlier this year. So even if this promises to be a friendly bill, lobby groups should be kind of ready for anything, I think. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. The article said that we might not see anything significant till next year, but there is that time. Get ready, look through the details, and be ready when the time comes.